First of all, as you can see in the picture, nothing changed since 1997, right? This was going back to when we launched the first platform for trading foreign exchange. And you know, there were also people asking, so why are the big banks not doing this? Why is Goldman Sachs or Danske or Nordea or Morgan Stanley or Citibank, why are they not doing it? And I think the explanation is that they probably talked about it, but also they were afraid of cannibalizing their business. They did not have the people and culture. They did not have this kind of going out and doing something no one else did before. And it honestly makes me super, super proud, because I think this is why we are here today. This is because we were some of the first ones in the world starting to trade foreign exchange on the internet. You don't need to be Einstein to see that there's a big match there. But again, no one else did it, so sometimes you should just try to get going. And it took us quite some. Took us 2.5, 3 years, I think, from when we started investing in this until we launched the first platform. And I remember in the beginning I was sitting drawing small papers together with the IT people we started employing, showing what a platform should look like and so forth. So it was a natural thing for me to say, well, then if it's not there, I'll have to start it on my own. At least then I could get a job also, right? Which is not a bad thing, right? And in the very beginning, I knew that you know it was the one bullet I had in the gun. So could I not make it fly? It'd be, you know, there were no plan B whatsoever. And of course, it is a big responsibility, and sometimes it can be slightly lonely, honestly, to be in that position, because you don't really have a lot of people to turn to other than the mirror, right? And that can get somewhat boring sometimes.
Did you ever get like the feeling of what have I got myself into? Why did I do this?
Many times, I would say. There's been many days where I just thought, okay, why don't I just stay in bed and you know, turn off the lights and so forth, right? But that's just never been an option, and I think we all feel like that from time to time. And I mean, let's face it, that there's no humans who go through life without having many bumps on the road. But when that is said, obviously I've not regretted it for a second. I think it's a lot of hard work. But if it was not meaningful what we did here, and I had meaningful relations with the people that you know, all the Saxonians, I would have done something different for sure. I think for everyone who's busy, it's always a challenge to balance this, but I think it's also important to understand that the most important thing around us is our family and loved ones, and I've never doubted that for a second. To me, it's just the most important, but I don't think that any kids will be happy if their parents is just hanging around doing nothing meaningful and having no pleasure at all. So I think it's also about really just having the opportunity to spend time together and be close and know we're there for each other, right? And I'm very proud about Saxo, but I'm much prouder about my kids. I think it was obvious to everyone that things went fast, because this phone, which I honestly still think is a pretty nice phone, probably gives more peace of mind than a smartphone today. But it was also already a quant leap, because just a few years before, the phones were like on the size of a brick. But this was a good thing, because it gave mobility. And again, we take it for granted today. I mean, when I started the business, I came in early in the morning. I was writing research, and I was faxing it out, right? I mean, because no one had mails and internet and so forth. So I was literally faxing it out, and then I called, and then you had to stay in I mean, just your seat to pick up the phone, which was actually not a very free thing. So just getting a phone, and for the first many years, our night service were people calling me. At the beginning on a bigger phone, but on smaller phones like this, and it gave a lot of freedom. But it also showed you that technology moves fast, and I think since then it's only accelerated. So it just shows how quickly things move, but it also shows, and that today I think when we talk about climate crisis, when we talk about a lot of the problems we have in the world, technology is what's going to change this going forward. And that's also, again, why what we do is so important, because people can challenge funds and money to innovation that's going to solve the problems of the world. I think the day where the incentive structure is such that people understand that it is win-win, and that actually everyone should care and invest themselves in the world, in the markets, because long-term it's a much bigger risk not to be invested than to be invested. And everyone, at least in this part of the world, needs a pension, and they are investors. So even though they've given it to a pension company or something, they're still in the market. They are capitalists. They do want a pension. So I think maybe it's about time to take some ownership and begin to make your own decisions, because money can not only fulfill your financial aspirations, they can also help you make a big impact both in the world around us, but also an impact in your life. So blaming money, which is really the means for us to create win-win, that's really stupid. And I don't know if we're going to get there, but we'll try.